Hello, dear friends. A very warm welcome once again to Litecity, the YouTube channel which is especially designed to cater your needs regarding NTA NET examination. As you very well know that we are running through a series MCQ Marathon, especially on 20th century literature. In this particular section, we are going to deal with certain questions about writers and works and concepts and theories which are very important regarding to our exam. And I have tried to put as many possible facts as I found important for your examination. So in this second section, I once again welcome you to the hot seat, and please try to understand not only the questions but all the options, because every option is we can say a possible question, further question. So we start our today's session with the question. Born in New Zealand, she started her poetic career with the volume The Eye of the Hurricane, which was published in 1946 and gained fame with The Virgin and the Nightingale. Now, The Virgin and the Nightingale is a collection of elegant and wittily erotic version of medieval Latin poetry. You have to tell me the name of the poet, the very important and almost a radical poet of the 20th century. The options are Ivan Bolland, then we have Fleur Corinne Adcock, next option is Judith Wright, and the last option is Elizabeth Jennings. All these are very important women poets of the 20th century, and you have to find out the right name belonging to this particular volume, The Virgin and the Nightingale. Side by side, let me tell you that out of these four poets, Ivan Bolland, she is an Irish poet. Judith Wright, she is an Australian poet. So these two automatically, by the virtue of question, are eliminated, because I have specifically pointed out that we are talking about a New Zealand poet. Elizabeth Jennings, as you must know that she belonged to that particular group which we call New Poetry, or the group, and the obviously the last remaining option, Fleur Corinne Adcock. This is the right answer, and she started with composing poems and publishing her first collection, The Eye of the Hurricane. Okay, our next question. A retrospectively narrated autobiography of a Chicago Jew through early childhood to his post-war maturity as a black marketeer in Europe. And this novel is one of the greatest works of 20th century fiction. We all know that Second World War, and especially the experience of Holocaust, is one of the major themes which we find in post-war novels, and some of these novels are celebrated for their poignant depiction of the horrors, of the atrocities, of the predicament of those who suffered at the hands of these powers. So out of these novels, this is one of the classical novel related with the Holocaust experience, and the options you have are The Adventure of Augie March, it is written by Saul Bellow; The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton; The Moss by Art Spiegelman; and the last one, Night by Ali Wiesel. Let me tell you in advance that out of these four novels, only one novel, The Age of Innocence by Edith Wharton, doesn't come into the category of war novel, or doesn't relate the experience of Holocaust. If we talk about Moss, it is, let me first tell you the right answer, then we will discuss certain facts. The right answer for this question is The Adventure of Augie March. Augie March is the protagonist, and his life, it's a sort of, we can say, modern development of a character or a business roman, and his journey throughout this Holocaust period is very, very poetically and poignantly depicted by Saul Bellow. If we talk about Moss, you should know about this work also, and it is a graphic novel in which Spiegelman interviews his father about his experiences as Polish Jew and Holocaust survival. While on the other hand, if we talk about this novel, Night, in this particular novel, this Ali Wiesel, it is based on his own Holocaust experiences with his father in Nazi concentration camps. So 1, 2, and 3, all these three novels are related with war trauma or Holocaust trauma, while Edith Wharton's The Age of Innocence is a difficult coming of the age story and a beautiful related tale. Okay, moving ahead with our next question. This group of Southern American poets published the Fugitive magazine, which was famous for attacking the high caste Brahmins of the Old South. What is the name given to this particular group? Now, America after 1920s, it was basically a place where many groups developed, poetic groups and theories developed around many academic and non-academic writers. And your options for this particular section are the agrarians, then Black Mountain poets, then we have the Beat Generation and the objectivists. All are very, very famous and popular groups of the poets. If we talk about Black Mountain poets, they were associated with one particular academic institute, Black Mountain College or University, and they are also known as, there is one more name given to them, and that name is projectivists. And if we talk about the Beat Generation, I hope you all have heard the name Beat Generation. They were the rebels, real rebels, who tried to incorporate pop culture elements, or we can say alternative culture elements, into the mainstream poetry, and made very, very remarkable and outrageous comments on the post-war American society. The objectivists, they were another group led by Louis Zhukovsky and Charles Reznikov. These were the main writers associated with this particular group. So now you have the answer automatically. The group we are talking about in the question is the agrarians, and they published the Fugitive magazine, which was basically very critical of the high caste Brahmins of the Old South. Our next question is related with Indo-Anglian literature, and which among these works of Mina Alexander is a novel of social and feminist concerns, including police brutality and rape, and the locale of this novel is Hyderabad. Mina Alexander is a prominent name in modern 20th century Indo-Anglian fiction, and the options are I Root My Name, second one is Fault Lines, third one is Nampally Road, and the last one is River and Bridge. Now let me tell you, I Root My Name and River and Bridge, these two, the first option and the last one, they both are not novels, they are poetry collections by Mina Alexander. Fault Line is her first novel and very popular one also because it relates her personal experiences. While the right answer for this particular question, very popular novel, is Nampally Road. Our next question, dear friends, is once again related with Asian literature, that is Twilight in Delhi, and it is a powerful novel that deals with the decline of northern India's Muslim elite through the eyes of one particular family. There, basically, we can say the journey from rise and to the fall during the partition period, all are beautifully and very provoking, in a provoking, heart-provoking manner. It is told by the narrator. Who is the writer of this very touching story? Is it Khushwant Singh? We all know that he has written some glorious works on partition. Ahmad Ali, he is a very prominent Pakistani writer. Then we have Chaman Nahal. He has also composed works related with the trauma of Pakistan, and Hanif Qureshi, another Pakistani great writer. And dear friends, Chaman Nahal, while he has written this famous novel Azadi, which is once again about, we can say, partition period. Khushwant Singh, he has written Train to Pakistan. This particular novel, Twilight in Delhi, it is composed by none other than Ahmad Ali, one of the first names in Pakistani English literature. There is a bonus question today, friends, and the question is the term coined by Braithwaite to describe the works of Caribbean and the African diaspora writers in non-standard English, or we can say the local language, as opposed to the traditional designation of it as dialect. What I mean to say is that generally हम जो works local dialect में लिखे हुए होते हैं उन्हें English standard term देने की बजाय dialect term देते हैं, Caribbean dialects or the black dialect. But Braithwaite coined a term and encouraged the writers to write in this particular language. Is this term is nation language, or is it negritude, or is it black voice, and or is it native voice? Dear friends, out of these two, eliminate black voice and native voice. These two are not valid options. Negritude, this term is coined by Amy Césaire, another very important term, but our option, correct option for this particular answer is nation language. This is the term coined by Braithwaite, and it is used to describe the works of these Caribbean or the African diaspora writer when they write in their own dialect. Okay friends, that's all for today in this session. Another, I hope, an enthralling session for you people where you find some important and interesting facts related with 20th century literature. Very soon we will meet in the third session of this particular quiz marathon. Thank you friends, keep supporting.